Hey, so this episode is gonna be a bit of a different episode. When I was getting ready to video edit for episode 8, I learned that I wasn't recording the audio, and for some reason, I don't know, there was some sort of hiccup with OBS. So there's just no audio for any of the episodes for episode 8 to episode 15. That is a huge chunk. So pretty much what I'm gonna be doing is going over the episodes and just, going over the footage. Alright, so starting out, we have episode 8. So, starting out, we have a new texture pack. And, we were just kind of experimenting. We wanted to see what was up. This is unedited footage, so I'm just gonna skim through it. So, I think starting out, we were just kind of seeing how everything looked. Me personally, I didn't really like the windows. I thought the windows were cool if you're doing like a single window or like a stream of windows going straight down or sideways, but I just didn't like that I couldn't see through the windows. Everything looked all cool and rustic and stuff, but I just felt like it was too far away from the actual game. But I still think that this would look really cool with a certain type of shader, like a moody looking foggy shader. Alright, so another cool thing was, yeah, at random points there would be flowers on the floor. It was nothing like crazy special. The bushes looked really cool. And I forgot about that. The bushes were really cool. I like that with the crops. The crops, you could actually tell when they were fully grown. I felt that the armor looked a little bit odd, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna play a few parts that show where the house is and what it looked like. Here's the progress on the house. I personally wasn't really liking how it looked with the texture pack. I felt like the wood was a bit too dark and everything looked too much like one character. Everything was just too, I don't know, desaturated. And I also didn't like how the lanterns looked. I didn't like that the lanterns were green. But here's the upstairs area. I think the upstairs area was really cool and I was kind of excited to show what it was gonna look like. I think I might include some random clips of me like building just because I did record this footage after all and it's been sitting on my computer for a while, so I do want to just throw in some quick sped up bits of me building. I don't think we really did much. I think this episode was mainly just focused on me building and getting the house together. Oh, I forgot, yeah, Kelly started building a bridge and she didn't really know how the water worked, so I ended up helping her out with that. I don't know if that was in this episode. I think that was a different day. For the roof, I did a leaf top. I mean, at this point, you know what the house looks like. This is just a part of me building that. I kind of started small. I just made sure I covered everything before I eventually made it overlap the house. I just wanted to make sure I had enough, which it did take a lot of leaves. I made so many leaf trips. I guess at one point it looked like this. I remember this. It was actually kind of fun. I think I did leave this space open so that I can build something up there. I'm not too sure what I want to do up there. Alright, so this is a view from the back of the house. I think I was just sitting there. I wasn't really looking at anything at that moment, but I think the house looks really cool. I honestly can't wait to start playing again. We haven't played in a few months now. Like I said, this footage is from a long time ago. I don't even know how long ago this was. At this point, I was building a railing around the stairs. I was actually kind of excited to show that process too. I think I might speed up the footage if I play back speed. Okay, cool. I can speed up the footage. This is me building the stairs and trying to figure out where everything goes, or, making it make sense ultimately. Oh, okay, I decided to cut that footage out. I traded with the... I forgot he looked like that. I traded with the Wanderer to get some cactus plants because I really like the cactus plants and we couldn't find a desert, I don't think. So I was just like, you know what, let me just buy them. Alright, and I laid down some potion stands. What do you call them? Brewing stands? I don't think I ever used those that much. I think Callie used them once. At this point, I was helping Callie make the bridge make sense because she built it, I think, too low. And then we also started noticing the backyard area, or just the back area and how pretty it was. And at this point, we were talking about building a fishing shack back here. We haven't gotten to that yet, but we were talking about building a fishing shack probably around this cove right here. Honestly, a perfect spot. I think we should do that once we start playing again. The reason why I stopped recording was because I just had too much footage on this drive. I have like a 2 terabyte drive and it was taking up all of that space. So I had to start video editing, and then we just stopped playing Minecraft overall. Like we jumped in a bit just to farm and stuff, but we never did anything major after I ran out of space. So that's why I started uploading everything. I really wish I had what we were talking about here, because I think Callie was talking about her ideas, what she wanted to do next with the area, and I don't think I was adding much to it. Alright, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that episode, which I was kind of excited to edit this episode because 1, we brought in the new texture pack, and then 2, it was shorter, and honestly the episodes were getting like longer and longer. Like the one episode that I uploaded that was like 50 minutes, that one was like 3 hours long, and so it took me forever to edit, and so all of my stuff was just taking forever to edit. So, and I just kind of developed a new video editing strategy. I was kind of excited to try my new video editing system. Alright, so next episode we are on episode 9. I'm gonna go ahead and skim through this one real quick and see what we did. This one is about 1 hour and 25 minutes long. Okay, so boom. Starting out, new texture pack again, just because, yeah, like I said, we didn't really like the other one, so we went with something that was a bit more cutesy looking, more fun, you know, saturated, felt more like Minecraft, and everything was more recognizable. That's what I liked about it. I felt like with the other episode, we didn't know what we were looking at for the most of it. So I did some more leaf harvesting in this episode. Alright, so I went back to working on the plant rooftop of the house, which I think at this point I already knew what I wanted to do, and it was just a matter of doing it, which took a lot of work. Alright, so this is when I finished covering up the top. I was honestly pretty proud of it. I think I had to warp it up a little bit just to make it more of a favorable shape. Okay, so at this point I was making glass, and I was laying down the windows. Alright, so this is me scoping out the house. I was honestly pretty proud of how it looked. I think I added more to the roof. No, I don't think I did, but honestly, I think it looks good. Alright, so this is me laying down some lanterns around the house, trying to make the house look more comfy, but also lighting it well. Alright, so in the main treehouse, I did do multiple different sections. I did more over on this section of it. I did the enchantment room, and then over there was the potion room, and this is the storage area. So I was planning that out. Like I said, looking back at it, I'm very proud of how it came out. I think that it was a bit much for a treehouse, but for a starter house, definitely, for sure. But I just kind of wanted to have everything at one house, you know. I didn't want to like expand the house and do all that stuff, so I usually like to just take on a huge project, which I probably shouldn't have done, because I feel like, you know, reflecting on it, it's too many episodes of me working on the house, you know. I think that we should have just adventured more, in my opinion. Alright, this is me organizing eggs, organizing my chests. Okay, so I think this is when Callie and I started working on the water, and the water was looking hectic. And so I was like, you know what, let me help you with that. So we ended up just drowning out all of the water, I'm pretty sure, and just starting it all over. I guess we ended the episode there, and then either we came back the next day or didn't. So moving on to episode 10. We're in on episode 10. My skin didn't load in. I don't know why. Same texture pack this time. Oh, I think I went to go check on the turtles. That was the thing. I kept looking to check on the turtles to see if they hatched. I was just excited to see turtles. I gotta figure out how to farm the turtles properly. But I was still very excited that we found turtles. Alright, this is me setting up the cactus farm. I'm not sure what Callie was probably still working on the bridge. This is me feeding the cows. We set up the camping place. I mean, that was a long time ago that we did that, but this is just me using it. I don't think I meant to be recording this, but I wasn't thinking about it. Honestly, this video isn't even that long. This one's less than an hour. It's about 40 minutes. So I wouldn't have minded editing this one. Okay, yeah, this is the part of the bridge. So we drowned out her bridge. and then I helped her completely reset it. This was very tedious. I don't even know if I want to add the footage of that, but it was very tedious. It was a lot. I even helped her bring that pond, make it into like a stream to like the big lake all the way back there. So I think that I did that in this episode. This is me hatching the eggs. Callie, this is Callie crafting something. Alright, so that's it for episode 10. A nice short one where we just came in, worked on some small things, and just continued. Alright, so moving forward, we have episode 11. Right? Episode 11? I guess we started with fishing. We fished for a bit. Probably one of the only times we ever used the dock to fish. I don't think I caught anything important during this fishing journey. Okay, so during this episode, we decided we were gonna go on a mining journey. I made sure I was gonna bring my dog. I'm not sure what I named that dog. Alright, moving forward. That was kind of a habit of mine, is bringing my dogs into the mine. In this episode, I'm pretty sure we mined a lot. We found lots of copper. At this time, there wasn't anything that we could do with copper. There was no copper armor or anything. There was only announcements of them working on it. So, I just marked the copper areas. I got a bit of copper, I'm pretty sure, but I just didn't collect a lot of it. Alright, so we found a spider spawner. A cave spider spawner. I'm pretty sure in this spot, Callie kept dying and she got really frustrated. Whenever she loses a lot, she gets really upset. Fair enough. Okay, yeah, so at this point, I got a sword and I decided to use it. I didn't know that you can just use one torch to disable the spawner. So I kept surrounding them in torches. Thought that was pretty funny. Alright, so while we were mining, we found an extremely open area. We were mainly looking for iron. I know that for sure. We were looking for iron, lots of iron. Oh, yeah. And we found like this really cool water area. I thought it was so cool. At this point, I was running out of torches, but yeah, I thought it was so cool. We eventually built like boats and we started we made like a way to, how do I say it, clean this area up. We cleaned it up and we made like a mini base right here. I don't even remember where this is anymore, but I thought it was really cool. Alright, so at this point, I'm not sure if this is my first time discovering amethyst. I remember when I first did, I was really excited. Okay, yeah, this is the first time we discovered amethyst, but I didn't really know what to do with it. I still kind of don't. I know you can make the spyglass. I think Callie made me one, but other than that, we didn't know what to do with it, so we just kind of collected some. I personally think that it would be cool if instead of using lapis to enchant, if we used the amethyst. I feel like it would be cooler. It would give the amethyst more value, just because I think amethyst is really cool. At least when I see it in video games. I don't know much about it in real life. It's a rock. Alright, so yeah, I have my boat built. It was in that corner just now for that little area. I don't even know what to call it. Alright, so that was it for episode 11. We are moving on to episode 12. I think this one was a special episode, which I'm pretty bummed out that I didn't get the audio for this one. Alright, so let me see. I got an enchantment. What enchantment did I get? I didn't get an enchantment. So instead what I did was I crafted an enchantment table. How did I get obsidian? I think I got obsidian from a village or something. I remember for a long time we had obsidian, but I just didn't want to use it because it was the perfect amount to build a enchantment table. So we just never touched it. Or at least I never touched it. She never touched it either. Yeah. Alright, so this was our daily turtle checkup. At this point, the eggs were gone. I don't know if they hatched, but they were gone. I freed a turtle. I saved the turtles. I don't know if I ever repaired that beach area, but I do want to do something special right there and like block the mobs from getting to it. Alright, so we went back into the mine. We back in the mine. We did a lot of looking, a lot of mining. Oh. Okay, I got exploded. I fought an enderman. Speed it up, speed it up. This is another short episode. It was just 40 minutes of an episode. So it might not be this episode. It might be the next one, possibly. Oh, we found diamonds. I think this was our second time finding diamonds. I don't know if the strategy still works, but when I was a kid, when I was looking for diamonds, I would always dig around the ore, and sometimes I'd find extra diamonds. Oh, I remember right here, I was telling Kelly that I found diamonds, and the reason why she hit me right there is because I was like, step aside, wench. I thought that was funny. Let me see if this is where she hit me. Yeah, it was right there. Oh, that's pretty. All right, I'm not sure if this was the same amethyst area, or I think I found more amethyst. We probably went up there. Yeah, we went up there, got some more amethyst. Going home with the amethyst, I don't know. It feels very useless. Okay, so that was really it for episode 12. It was a pretty short episode. I probably had work like really early in the morning, because I remember at that time. Let me see. This was back in... It was back in July. Wow, that was back in July. That's over 6 months ago, dude. All right, so episode 13, we're almost done. And I've got 30 minutes on the clock. I was melting stone because I wanted to do the grindstone. I was really trying to figure out the enchantment stuff, which by now I've already forgotten it. But I was just getting into enchanting. I wanted to make sure I had the best that I can use at the time. I didn't want to use any of my diamond stuff just yet, just because we hadn't found diamonds that often, and I was trying to figure out where to put my grindstone. Is that what that is? A grindstone? I think that's a grindstone. Yeah, anyways, I was trying to figure out where to put that thing, and I was trying to figure out how it works. Anyways, moving forward, I killed my cows because I needed more books for enchanting. I lied, so we didn't reach that special episode. So hopefully, I don't think so. Yeah, no, definitely not. If not, then it'll be the next one. And if not, then it's 15. But I think 15 by then. We already did that special thing. So we explored the mine shaft some more. There was a skeleton in our boat. So we wanted to revisit this area here. I think it's such a cool area we had, so we were just kind of fixed on making this into like a cool little base spot for us, you know, like a checkpoint. I gotta turn my ring light on. Alright. Honestly, I think this entire area that we found was really cool. Just how open the cave space was. I think that we should find in the future, maybe find a cool way to illuminate it. But I think I might just, you know, when we start playing, actually start focusing on getting to the Ender Dragon, just because I have a lot of other games that I do want to play with Callie, and or just play in general. Callie, that Mario Galaxy game that Callie got me, she wanted to watch me play it. So I think I wanted to either stream that or just figure out. Okay, so this is the special part right here. So at this point, Callie was like, "Oh, I'll be back," and I discovered this weird stone at the bottom, at the bottom of the cave, and I didn't know what to do because I was hearing weird sounds and stuff like that, and she just wasn't there. She went to go like pick up some food or something. I don't really remember, but she was sitting there for a while, and I wanted to show her that area. I'm so sad that I lost the audio for this episode because it was such a cool episode because I had no clue what was going on. And we got achievements from stepping on that thing, I think. But yeah, so I told her not to go in there, and then she jumped straight into the she jumped in there and got jumped by a bunch of spiders, and I'm freaking out. She died. I got mad because I was like, bro, don't go in there, and immediately jumps in and dies. And then I tried to get out, but things were just going bad for me. Or no, I didn't. Okay, so I remember I tunneled my way back up, but I left my dog down there, and then her stuff disappeared. Like when she got back over, her stuff disappeared. And so at this point, we didn't really know like how long it takes for the stuff to disappear in Minecraft. Just because back then it used to take a while, but now it's like a few minutes. So I don't know why that is. It kind of sucks, honestly. But I'm pretty sure I did eventually die from all of this. I had, like I said, we had no clue what this area was. I think these are called like trial rooms or something like that. And it's like a big old thing. This is me trying to break the spawner. I think it's not a good idea to break the spawner. We were just trying to figure out what everything was. That was really it. We were trying to figure out what everything was. I think the spawners were still spawning things even though we put the lights. I did end up dying. I was pretty mad at that just because I kept trying to make everything safe for us to go. I was trying to make like a stairway and stuff so we could have a quick way up, and Kelly kept going in and getting killed, and I kept trying to help or get her stuff, and it just wasn't going good. But this is the area here. I think it's a really cool area. This is where like things started picking up in this series, I guess. Ultimately, I was just trying to make the place more safe and just figure out what was going on, which that was very unnecessary, but I just, you know, I was trying to make sure that I had escape plans and stuff like that. I was still trying to figure out what was going on. We went in there and we were looting, but we were ultimately just figuring out what this stuff was. And so I think I eventually found out that those keys, like once you've passed a trial, then you get those keys, and you pretty much unlock those chests with them. So you get a key per person, and so we were just splitting the keys. I thought that with those keys you can I thought that it was like you had to wait until you see the prize that you wanted to ultimately get it. Like you open it the moment you see it and then you get it. And so a lot of the time I was just trying to like wait until that like diamonds popped up or something, because I think Callie got diamonds one time, and also there was something in there that I guess is like for the mace or something, and I didn't really know what that was. I thought it was diamonds. I never seen it before, and I was sitting there waiting like an idiot. That chest in particular, I couldn't open that one just because I guess there was a trial that I didn't do or something like that, or there's like a hardcore trial or something like that where you go there with the ominous potion. But with the randomness of the loot, it's not when you open it, it's just by chance. You know, they just show you the things that you can get in the chest rather than like rolling a dice. It's not like rolling a dice. There we go. Okay, so that's ultimately what went down. We fought a lot of spiders. We did a lot of the same thing, got the keys, and let me see if I could get footage of the keys popping out once the spawners stop. But Kelly started getting the hang of things. There we go. Boom. That was the keys popping out. I threw one to her, and I was breaking those thingies. What do you call them? The vases, because there's loot inside of those. Sometimes you get emeralds in them. And I don't know, for some reason in this game or in this playthrough, I've just been like a big businessman, and I've been trying to get as much emeralds as I possibly can, like they have value or something. So yeah, this is another moment where I was just kind of waiting for diamonds to pop up or something, and I was like, okay, wait, let me get diamonds. It was like when Patrick was playing escalators and eels. Alright, okay, so yeah, I didn't know what the diamond texture looked like for this pack also, for this texture pack. So I was a little bit confused when I would see the diamond. I tried to get the diamond block, but we couldn't open that one because it was the hardcore one. This is me trying to do it again. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it. We got tired, I think, and we just went back to base and went to bed. Alright, cool. So that is episode 13. We got 2 more episodes. I am 46 minutes recording. Ooh, you know what? At least I can compress all of these videos into one 1 hour video, and then I can brush up. I can delete all this footage and just brush up on my video editing. So that helps me a lot. It's a blessing kind of in disguise, but at the same time I do miss out on the adventure. I don't know what I should do with the extra footage. I don't know if I should upload it. Maybe I'll upload it. I don't know if I should upload it though, because it's just hours of muted content. So I don't know who would want to see that. I don't know if that would be necessary. Anyways, episode 14. I repaired my pickaxes. I bred my dogs. I always bring the baby dog to the mines because that's how it goes. We went back to the little fortress trial rooms. Trial rooms, I think that's what they're called. I found emeralds. I found arrows. This episode was also an hour long. Oh, yes. So we did like this little boss fight thingy. I don't know what those things are called. They're not very strong. They throw you around. I think they're pretty cool. Callie was very confused by them. But I think it's really cool that they made this little boss fight and they have like the elements like the water coming down, but it's all like triggered by buttons and stuff. I think that was really cool. Oh, and then yeah, every time you killed one of them, you got rewards or something? My dog killed Callie. She was pretty mad about that. I put all her stuff in a chest. I got a single diamond. Callie kept getting all the diamonds in this one. I only got like a few diamonds, like a handful of diamonds. I was mainly getting emeralds. There was actually one point where Callie got like diamond blocks. I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, one of us got a diamond chest plate. I think Callie got 2 diamond chest plates and gave me one. She was really lucky with this run. Yeah, see, I'm wearing one. I'm pretty sure Callie got me that one. I don't think I got that one on my own. We found the glowy squid. Alright, and yeah, that was really it. It was a lot of that. We played that for more than an hour. It was like probably like 2-3 hours. That was pretty fun. I enjoyed that a lot. And I do want to do stuff like that again. I kind of want to try the hard one, but I don't know if Callie can handle that. I don't know. Anyways, episode 15, the last episode, and we are sitting at 50 minutes. All right, let's see if I could go 3 hours. Oh my god. Okay, let's see if I could do this in less than 10 minutes. I'll say the one thing I don't like about this texture pack is the iron helmet. I feel like the other helmets, they look cute or nice, but I feel like the iron helmet, I just don't like that it blocks your entire face. Anyways, moving on. That was all our treasure that we got from mining and stuff. I can't go back to it. We probably went back to farming and working on the house, just upgrading. I'm just gonna cut through it. Oh, we adventured on our horse. We set forth to see new land. That's what it was. We wanted to go find new land. I wrote down the coordinates of the house, and we just adventured. She really wanted that mossy cobblestone, so I started collecting it for her. Okay, so we found this this half broken nether portal area. I'm pretty sure at this point I already looted the chest, or I'm about to right now, one of the two. But that was pretty cool. It was honestly pretty tough going through the woods at that point. I'm not sure what difficulty we had it on at this point. I think we're looking for our house, yeah. I think this is the episode where we ended up finding a new space to build a new house. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on a new intro video for next episode. So I think I'll start that next week or this week, one of the two. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Boop. Boop. So this is me looting that nether portal, I'm pretty sure. And oh yeah, so at this point that's the nether portal. So at this point we decided it was gonna be easier to look for the next area by foot instead of going by horse, because the horses are kind of clunky. I feel like it's best to use a horse in a more open area instead of trying to run through the woods on a horse. In this game, I really like dark oak, so I grabbed the dark oak. I also noticed in that little area that there was tropical fish. I don't know why, because I thought that they were only in the ocean. We discovered this white wood, this pale wood. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't really know much about it. Okay, so at this point, I thought that this point happened in the beginning of the game, but there was points where we were walking through snow and like we just couldn't get through. We couldn't get through the snow. So I just started digging through it, and Callie kept sinking in the snow. I kept sinking in the snow too, but yeah, I think you take like damage when you go deep into the snow like that. At this point, I turned up my render distance a lot, just so that I could see what was all the way out there. I'm actually upgrading my computer soon, so I'm gonna be able to run my game even more intensely. Maybe. Alright, moving forward. We found a pillager outpost, so we went towards it. We raided it. I think I'll show the footage from that, just because I thought that it was really fun. It was really cool. We found an iron golem caged, and Callie freed it. Did he help us? I don't think so. Upstairs, most of it was empty. Oh, and then we found a village right at the top of the thing. And then I'm using the spyglass that Callie made for me. So at this point, we are at the village. I brought that bed. So I was using those beds to make spawn points, which was actually not how it works. I don't know why I did that. Because every time you break the bed, you destroy the spawn point, and then you go right back to like spawn, which has happened to me a few times. We're ultimately just looting the village. And I think at one point Callie found an armadillo and she wanted to keep it, so we like strapped it to a pole for a while. I'm not sure if this is in this episode or next episode. Okay, so this is the area. Callie really liked it. I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. Honestly, now I kind of regret it, but kind of not. I guess you'll see why in the future, but it's a really cool area. This is where we decided to build a house. Callie brought a cat from the village. I think I got my own cat. With this spawn point, Callie and I decided she's going to build a house this time. I guess I was just going to be the guy that gathers the resources. I don't know if this is where we do go mining, but we did end up building a mine down here. Okay, so I started mining here, getting resources, and we started again. Which, you know, I was like, yeah, I want to build the next house because I actually drew out an idea for the next house. But when I think of it, there's no point in us just traveling place to place and building houses everywhere. I mean, you could do whatever you want in the game, but ultimately, I want to beat the game. Like, I want to beat the game without cheats. That's my point in not really modding anything other than adding like the shaders and stuff and changing the texture pack. But yeah, I just didn't want to mod or cheat. And I just wanted to do a full playthrough of Minecraft and then, you know, give it another few year break. Okay, so at this point, I did end up discovering that, what do you call those blue creatures? The warden. I ended up discovering the area where the warden's at. And at first it was like, you know, it was spooky. I didn't really know anything about it. I was just trying to figure out what everything was, and then eventually I got comfortable because nothing was going on. It was just a bunch of dark stuff that I got XP, and I thought it was cool, so I didn't want to like destroy it all, but apparently that's a good way to get XP. Alright, so mining, I found diamonds. So at this point, this is where I was not touching the diamonds, and I was just clearing out the surroundings of the diamonds. A creeper blew up my dog, and I'm pretty sure I was pretty mad about that. But I had like 10 other dogs. But yeah, I was clearing out the areas of the diamonds just so that I could come back with I wanted to come back with the fortune enchantment and dig out those diamonds later. So I just wasn't touching them. I was just looking for them. Ultimately, I was just gonna come back for them. Okay, so that thing right there, I didn't know what that thing was. It was making noise. I kind of ignored it. I just continued doing what I was doing. I was seeing them a lot, but I didn't know what they were, and nothing bad was happening. At first it was like kind of spooky, but then nothing bad was happening, so I just kind of acted like they weren't there. Okay, so at this point I went back up and I wanted to see what Callie had done. I think she wanted to show me this area right here. It looks very nice, honestly, what she had done so far. It was pretty nice. It's kind of funny seeing where things ended up afterward, like our end result. I helped her out a little bit with the house. We didn't really do too much, but I think that recording these little journeys it's really nice because you get to see how things were before and what you did with the area, and I think that that's really cool. Yeah, I think at this point I was just talking to her about what she could do, but I was just leaving everything open to her. I personally prefer to do that when I'm working on things with people, especially if it's a creative thing. I don't really like to be like, oh, you should do this, unless I feel like they're not gonna see a better vision. But in this case, you know, it's just a video game, so I wanted to see what she would come up with ultimately and just let her experiment, and I think she did a great job. I think the only thing I did for that house was like the roof and the basement, and I did like a side room. I think I helped her with the stairs too, just made the stairs work. Alright, so I don't know if this was ever like in the game, but I ended up making a little checklist, and I actually have a physical version of the checklist, but I stopped using it because I started using this one. And then I made my own like physical checklist for my personal life stuff, so I kind of started doing that, so I stopped thinking about Minecraft in general. Alright, so yeah, that's everything for episode 8 to 15. Sorry if it was kind of boring. I got very lucky with not having to video edit, but then at the same time, I'm pretty sad that I didn't get all of the footage. At the same time, I'm glad that we can speed things up with this, and I can just give you ultimately a brief summary of the episodes and tell you kind of what happened. But anyways, I think we do end up finishing the house, and I started on other projects for the area, so I will see you in that episode. I'll see you in episode 16. Wait, let me double check episode 16. Okay, episode 16 does have audio. Anyways, bye.
Here's Rory.